What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. So I wanted to take a closer look, a more detailed look at the new moves we can see in the Season 3 trailer. This is the hypest thing about Season 3, if you ask me. Zafina, great. Leroy, double thumbs up, love the guy already. Hopefully the gameplay is amazing. But getting new moves with every character, my God, is the game gonna feel fresh again. It's almost gonna feel like getting Tekken 8, in my opinion, because that's the real sign of a new Tekken game, in my opinion. Every character is getting new moves, and we're probably getting balance changes as well. In a Japanese magazine, I don't know if this is, I don't think this is bullshit, but in a Japanese magazine, it was actually detailed that Yoshi's flash was not going to be 6 frames anymore. It's going to be 4 frames, like 2 frames faster. Don't take my word for it, because people told me that on Twitch yesterday a lot, so I'm thinking it's legit, because other changes were detailed, like Kazuya's new back to 2, I think it is. It's actually not back to 1, I thought it was. But apparently a Japanese magazine had that info, so if that's correct, Yoshi's going to become a monster. And we are actually getting balance changes. But again, don't take my word on the Yoshi thing, wait for confirmation. But I think it's probably safe to say we're getting a balance patch as well. And we are getting new moves, that's already confirmed. So no matter what, the tier list is probably going to change. Everything's going to feel fresh again. I fucking love it. Thank God for Bandai Namco and Season 3. But let's take a look at the new moves we can actually see in this video, and some of them are going to be very small. It's that screen, you know, with all the small screens. But there's a lot we can say, even though we're watching 5 pixels move. We can say a lot. So first off, Feng Wei has got this new string. Yeah, everything's going to be lightning fast here. But that kick, is that from while standing? I don't remember the notation. Pa, pa, and into that shoulder, knocking them far up. That's obviously going to be great when it comes to wall travel, but is the string going to be good on in the neutral? I don't know, but it looks cool. But this is very interesting, being a Lee player, an occasional Lee player myself. Forward 4, you know, his whip kick, it's so cool. Ever since Tekken 4, he's had the forward 4 free, which was great in Tekken 6 considering it was a bound move. But it was always a good move. You could delay the second kick, the second axe kick, you could try and catch them off as they're pressing buttons to get a counter at launch. But there was never more you could do with that string. But now, he has a 1 option coming out of it. As you can see, a backhand. Looking like it's going to be good in combos, but is it going to be great in the neutral, in grounded gameplay? I mean, forward 4 free is safe. So this is going to be a mix-up with a high... so probably that's going to be good on block. Otherwise, what would the use be outside of combos? So I'm thinking that backhand, better on block, but could it even be plus on block? Just to really buff Lee? Who knows, but looks like a great addition. Lei has got the Burrito Tornado, I think this is called. But of course, this is the move that had everyone go Pog champ in the arena seeing this. Holy shit. A character that already has a lot of incredible and just badass looking moves. I mean, Geese, his entire move list is an anime, a great episode of a fantastic anime. Like, he's so badass. And of course, he gets this beautiful move here that seems to be coming out of max mode, as you can see. It's so cool. Look at that, and it launches. But of course, a character that's already incredibly strong, is he gonna get another incredibly strong option from max mode? Like, special attack, like, ugh. Well, we don't know the changes yet to all of the characters, so we're gonna have to wait and see. But Geese is a character that doesn't need another fantastic attack, but it's beautiful, so that alone makes me hype for that move. It looks beautiful. And Miguel has got a new low that seems to be super plus. Super plus. Looks cool. It's so fast, I'm trying to keep up. Armor King has an arm sweep that knocks down and seems reasonably fast even. Now it's basically just clips and it's just so hard to see. But now we're getting to this screen, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. As you can see, I've rendered this screen so we can watch it over and over like a GIF. We say GIF in Swedish, but that's not gonna work in English. But we can see over and over what the new stuff is here. So I'm just gonna move it around, so we'll take it once in a time. Master Raven has a new wall travel string. Looks like Brian's throws them super high. But this is very interesting. The Swedish meatball, and this actually made my jaw drop quite a bit. Is that a Hwoarang backlash? I mean, you know, Hwoarang's super OP, almost overpowered, launching high hook kick. Is that Lars with a similar backlash? It's probably not gonna do as much damage, but it is from a stance into a high armor power crush launcher. Is he gonna be able to screw bound from that? I don't know. But that's silent entry into an armor launcher. But who knows if it's safe on block? I mean, Hwoarang's backlash is what? +1 on block. I'm thinking this is probably not gonna be plus, but is it gonna be safe? There's a good chance considering it's high. But yeah, huge. It seems like a huge buff to Lars here, and I'm happy to see that because he deserves it. But hopefully not turbo bring that attack here. But of course you're gonna need, he has decent mids from silent entry to mix up with here, of course. Yeah, it looks cool. And then here we have Brian with a new bound attack. Looks a bit like Lars forward back to 1 in my opinion. Really cool, but did he need another bound? I don't know. I don't know how much that's gonna affect Brian. And then we have Shaheen with what, 4-2? No, sorry, I don't know Shaheen very well. Looks cool, but yeah, sorry, I don't know too much about the character. King with a new bound from back 2. Seems to recover very quickly from it. Who knows what it's gonna do in neutral, but it's basically him getting his old Tekken 6 tag 2 style bound back again, back 2 into quick bound. So yeah, it doesn't look too dramatic, but interesting for sure. This one is very interesting. It's Paul with a mid extension from his old backsway 3-2 string. As you know, from the backsway 3-2, he can do a high hook punch, or a low sweep. So if you duck there, you evade all of the options, although they're very delayable to try and catch you off guard. But now they've actually given him a mid mix-up. So I don't know, is this gonna turn into a 50-50, I guess, with the low? But it seems to be a very devastating mid axe kick. Yeah, that's an axe kick, right? It's not a punch. It's kind of hard to tell with the few pixels we have here, but looks like a decent buff for Paul. But this one is huge. This is massive, just like Heihachi's muscles and his age. He's actually gotten a while standing launcher, a proper while standing launcher that looks like it's incredibly damaging. You see he blocks there, Akuma sweep down 4, of course it's launch punishable. And very quickly there he stands up into a free kick. I'm guessing this is while standing free 1-2, 1+2. Into the old 1+2, kaboom. Down 1+2 in tag 2 is that attack. So I mean, I'm guessing that string alone, the natural combo launcher there, while standing free 1+2, that alone seems to do a shitload of damage. I mean, that's gonna be what, 35 damage? The launcher alone, it looks like to me. And then CD4 back 2, he goes for the screw, so he's gonna be able to screw from that as well. So it goes in line with Heihachi in Tekken 7, just getting absurd damage from every single launch. And now easy mode while standing launch that looks kind of fast. I mean, it's obviously going to be around 17 in frames, 18, so it's not lightning fast, but still fast. And a lot of people are like, so is this going to mean Heihachi is going to be stronger in tournaments than before? No, I don't think so. Of course it makes it easier, but people like JDCR with his execution is already doing crouch cancel electric on every sweep, so this is an easier way of doing it, but it's not like it patches, you know, Heihachi's enormous weakness when it comes to lows. If you would have seen a new move here with Heihachi doing an incredible new low, yeah, wow, what does this mean for balancing? But this is gonna help a lot of Heihachi players in beginner, intermediate and high level of play, but it's not gonna make him suddenly much more competitive in competitive play. But for sure, a huge quality of life buff, and it's gonna have a huge effect on players like me who don't crouch cancel electric every time. So that's a huge buff in many ways to Heihachi. And then we have Jin here, a character that needs no buffs. He gets a wall bounce now from his forward 1+2, which is rather damaging. High punish. It's 14 frames fast. So what this means, of course, is that if you ever have your back towards the wall near Jin, he has an easy mode 14 frame launching punish on you. Yeah, that's a launcher considering his wall bounces now at walls. So if you have your back towards the wall, he has a 14 frame easy mode launcher now. So yay! I'm feeling sick seeing Jin get buffs, but here's hoping he's nerfed in other ways. And of course, as you can see, he has a new move here. A new extension from Zen 1. You know, he has Zen 1-2, which is -14, mid-mid. And now obviously he has Zen 1-4. You see a high side kick there, which seems really good for combos to put them high up on the wall. And it's probably going to be a safe high option from Zen 1, so... yay! Well, who knows, you know, he might be nerfed in other areas, but if we are still just adding on top of a mountain of crazy shit that is Jin, like... But who knows, I haven't played Season 3, but yeah, that's a strong character. And then we have Kazumi, that from forward 3 into warrior, where she flies, has now a shredder double kick, pole style. Looks a lot like Jinpachi's fly into 3-4. And as you can see, just like Jinpachi's, the second kick backflips the opponent very high. So that's going to be an incredible wall travel tool. Again, already a very strong character. That's a big buff to her combos. But who knows, we haven't played Season 3, but happy for you Kazumi fans. And this is a big one, I even dedicated a whole video to this. My main Kazuya has got the... Is it back to 1? No, it looks like back to 2. So that's a mid extension from his back 2, so now he's gonna have back to 4 and back to 2. So could potentially be a huge buff to Kazuya's pressure. And that's not a small thing, considering that's one of his biggest weaknesses. This is literally like seeing Heihachi get a decent low. Well, not quite that far, but almost there. Like this could be a big buff to Kazuya's greatest weakness. So yeah, I'm holding my thumbs here, crossing my fingers. You know, could be a huge deal. But what we can say though, that is a pretty damn big deal, is that it's a huge buff to his combo potential. 3 electrics into back to 2 is gonna be easy now. So that ups his combo damage a shitload. down for 2 perfect electric. If you drop the electric launch but you're still doing an electric, you're going to be able to back to 2 into full damage. So no, you don't sacrifice anything going for perfect electric after the down for 2 counter it. Forward 3 electric back to 2, CD4 back to 2, Devil Kazuya forward 1+2, one of the best moves in the game, into back to 2. So it really ups his combos in many ways, but I'm very excited to see what it does with his pressure. Is the second hit -12? What does it do on a grounded hit? How much damage does it do? What are the frames? Is it a natural combo back to 2? Probably not. It's just going to be a mid mix-up for people who duck the back to 4. So many questions here, many questions, and I'm dying to see what that move's gonna be in the end. Let's see, Bob has a double kick, jumping double kick. That's beautiful, dancing like a ballerina as usual. Hwoarang has a Beck style down for 1-3, so that's a 13 frame mid into what looks like another mid. Beck used to do mid into high, so you could duck the second hit, I think, from memory here. But this is obviously going to be a huge thing for his pressure. So looks like a big buff for Hwoarang. Oh, we can't see Negan here, but he has a big new low sweep with his Lucille Bath, like looks like it's usually plus, but still launch punishable from the looks of it. It really looks like a slow on recovery. So Negan needs buffs. I really want to play Negan. He's cool, but they need to do something with his gameplay to make him more attractive and fun to play, in my opinion. Nina has, I can't even see behind the letters. Claudio, we don't see the startup here, but it seems to be a 2-hit string that ends with that axe kick into launch. Again, it's too hard to tell, but it is a string. Katarina has a new bound. I don't know, it looks a lot like her down for 2-4. Lily has a Lily attack. Gigas, who desperately needs buffs. Oh, that's a new bound. From his low kick? I wonder if that's going to be good in the neutral. But a character that has the most non-flexible combos ever, it's good to see that he gets a new option to bound. Wonder if it's going to do a lot for his combo damage. And he's not been able to bound from that move before, right? Yes! That's going to turn a lot of his moves suddenly into launchers, no, proper launchers. Where he couldn't screw before. Yes, like the forward 1-2, 1-2. So that's probably a big buff for Gigas. Devil Jin has, you know his bound move back to 3? He now has bound 2 into Heaven's Gate. Obviously interesting in combos, probably not so much in neutral, but still interesting change and very flashy. Wonder if it works on the wall for like 1,000,000 damage. Lucky Chloe has more dancing attacks. Marduk has a hook there to bound immediately rather than doing 4-1, right? You can just do a right hook there to bound immediately. Looking nice. Dragunov has a rather than 3-1-2 there, he does 3-1-4 it looks like. Probably going to be a safe high with pushback, good mix up for 3-1-2, and obviously very strong as you can see as a combo ender to get them high up on the wall. And Jack, this one is interesting. That's back 1-4, right? Could be a long range punish, but you do have a down for 2 to launch, so I don't know, maybe it's gonna be really good on block. Gets a guaranteed down back 2 after the knockdown, so that's huge damage. But I wonder what the frames are going to be. I mean, of course, if it's safe, it's gonna be stupid good. But yeah, I need more information here, because it's not like I mean, he has a down for 2 already. So I don't know the frames on back 1, but it has to be at least 15 frames, right? Or 16. Slower than the down for 2. And now Steve, the character where he was already in season 1, like super strong. Although he had his rage drive was better than people think, but still not one of the best. Far from one of the best. It was very average from the Dempsey role. But he had a lot of his weaknesses patched going into season 1. And then season 2, for some reason, he's already high tier, but they buff him a shitload and he gets arguably the best rage drive in the game, one of the best, and you're sitting there scratching your head going like, what? Why the fuck? And one of the things they did was like all of his lows were often like quite punishable, and they fixed a lot of those, like down back 2 only like what, -12 now. Of course you can low parry it, but like it's a character that shouldn't have like quite usable lows. And here again, like, okay, what? So he gets a low that gets huge frame advantage, it looks like on hit there. Looks like massive frame advantage. And looks quite fast. Of course we don't see all of a startup, but it has me a little bit worried. Like, I mean, used to struggle with having decent natural hit launchers. Then we gave him a fucking orbital, and we gave him the back 2 to launch quickly. Oh, just block versus Steve because his keep out and counter it game is so strong. Just block. Yeah, sure. Then they gave him the blue spark guard break. Unblockable. You're like, what? What? Oh, his rage drive's bad. Oh, here's the best rage drive in the game. 14 frame mid launcher, super high range. Like, and now let's give him another, what seems like a great low. So I'm like, this just makes me worried. And last character here, we have the Capo, Eddie Gordo. As you can see here, he's blocking a Katarina hop kick. That's -13. So I'm thinking this is either 12 frame or 13 frame Punisher here. Bap, bap, punch into kick into handstand pressure. So that's really good, having what seems to be a very chunky 13 frame or 12 frame punish into a handstand. If it's 12 frames, this is a huge deal. If it's 13 frames, still good, but yeah, not as good as 12 frame obviously, which is the universal well, non-launch chunky punish. But yeah, punish into handstand. Wonder what the frame advantage is here. It doesn't seem too massive. As you can see here, she has time to go back into neutral for quite a while. So she could easily interrupt him here. So I wonder what the frames are. But still, interesting change. Those were the moves that we could see in this trailer. Again, I'm just super hyped for this. And I can't wait to see if there are more new moves than the ones we see here. Like if Kazuya has even another new attack, or you know, if it's one new move per character. And of course, if we do balance changes, as it seems we're doing. Just cannot wait to get my hands on the changelog. Gonna be epic. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Take care.